Hi, everybody. I am Cori and Laemmel, and I am the artistic director and founder of the Theater Bug. I'm so excited to welcome you to the very first ever Theater Bug and Nashville Rep Young Writers Festival. This year, we challenged Middle Tennessee students to write brand new short plays. The only rule was that they had to be less than 10 pages. They could write about anything they wanted, and what we received was a spectacular assortment of new plays. We selected 6 of those plays, provided developmental support to those young students, and are pumped to present them to you tonight as staged readings. A staged reading is a fully rehearsed reading of the play. The actors are reading their lines from a script, and the stage directions are read out loud. I wish so much that we were all sitting together in an audience somewhere watching these extraordinary plays and extraordinary artists together, but I'm really glad to be able to present them to you virtually instead. If you're interested in supporting this program and other programs that amplify young artists in Nashville, we hope that you will visit thetheaterbug.org or nashvillerep.org to explore all the ways you can help. Thank you, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. We need you. Enjoy the show.
Eclipse by Christopher M. Cooper. Part 1, Sky. At Rise, Timothy and Shadow are on stage. Shadow, an entity similar in age to Michael, conjures up a pool of darkness. He places Timothy inside and encourages him to speak.
It gets dark at night when the sunlight has disappeared and the moon creeps up above the mountain tops. Sometimes I think it's nice to be by myself, but I get lonely too easily, and my mind starts racing a gajillion miles per hour, and I can't get it to stop. I can't stop the thinking and the wondering and the feeling of wanting to go back. Just a little bit more, not for a long time either. I just want to see what it was like a while ago, because I forget too quickly.
Enter Michael, who joins Timothy at his place under the sky. Michael brings Timothy light and holds his hand. Now above them, a sea of stars. One star is clearly missing, though.
They say that if you look hard enough, you can see the stars.
They say that with the right pair of eyes, anything is possible.
Anything?
Anything.
So, I could do a puzzle, one of those big ones, one of the big 500 piecers?
Sure.
Timothy, you know what I want to do?
Huh.
Name the stars.
Timothy and Shadow contemplate.
I don't know. That sounds stupid.
I never understood why you hate the stars so much.
I don't hate the stars. Just because I'm not obsessed with astronauts like you are, doesn't mean I hate stars. Star naming just sounds boring to me, like old people stuff, like cloud watching.
It is not boring. It's so much fun. Watch this. That one right there, his name is Clarence.
And why is that?
I don't need a reason. It's more fun when there's no reason.
What about that star over there?
James. And what would you name that one?
Rebecca. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Come on, Timothy, it's fun. What about that star over there?
I don't like that star.
Fine. She's a star of your own.
How about this one?
It's perfect.
I named this one Angel.
And why is that?
He doesn't need a reason. Remember? It's more fun that way.
No, it's okay. I'll name it Angel because it's up in the air and you can't always see it, only during certain times of the day.
Angel it is?
Angel it is.
See you tomorrow night, Angel. Same time, same place. Don't be late.
Lights out. Part 2, preparations. Lights up on. Parent 1 is frantically getting Michael ready to go visit the doctor. Shadow is present.
Shade on.
Laces are Velcro,
Velcro.
but I wanted the laces.
Sorry, Michael, we're in a hurry, and unfortunately, you still can't tie the little bunny ears. We'll work on that later, but for now, strap those shoes on.
Can you teach me to tie them now?
You're in a hurry. Dr. Smith probably has at least 6 patients after you. We can't hold him up this time.
Fine.
Michael velcros his shoes on, but winces a bit when he bends over. Parent 2 enters.
Nice shirt, buddy.
Michael flaunts his NASA shirt to his parents.
Thanks.
Now, you got to tell Dr. Smith all about our visit to the Kennedy Space Center. He'll want to hear all about it.
Especially the rockets. I bet he'll love the rockets.
You got the keys?
Right here.
Good deal.
Timothy enters groggy.
Hey, kiddo, go to the car. We're in a hurry.
Timothy exits.
Got those shoes on yet, Michael?
Working on it.
Parent 1 walks over to help slip both of his feet into the Velcro shoes. She straps them on a little too violently, not out of anger, but out of a lack of time.
Ouch.
Sorry, baby, it's getting worse, isn't it?
We'll get you all fixed up. You're just one person. Dr. Smith can handle one person.
Not a number.
You're more than a number, sweetie. You are infinite.
Let's get you to the car. Got the Kindle
Yep.
and the charger.
Yep.
Let's go get you all fixed up. And then we can come back here and do one of those new puzzles Dr. Smith gave you.
One of the big ones?
For sure.
I think I need to stay here for a second.
What are you talking about? We have to get to the appointment.
I think I should just sit down for a second.
The way a drop of food coloring permeates a glass of water, Michael is overcome with aesthesis.
Oh my God. It's okay. Here, just put your head on my lap. It's okay. It's okay.
She sets him on her lap and brushes her fingers through his hair like a lullaby.
Go to Timothy, make sure he doesn't come inside. Go ahead and give him a call.
Parent 2 exits, concealing panic. Timothy emerges, sneaking inside past Parent 2. During his speech, the action between Parent 1 and Michael continues. It is just muffled, and the focus is no longer on them. It's kind of like when you would go camping as a kid and place a solo cup over the bugs and you'd hear them squeal. As if by some act of God, you could speak grasshopper or beetle. You still wouldn't be able to truly understand what they were saying.
On September 25th at 11:06 in the morning, Mikey's leiomyosarcoma tumor pressed on the blood vessels on the right side of his waist. And at first, I didn't know what he was doing. He looked like he'd stepped on a Lego and stumbled backwards onto the floor. And for a second there, he didn't even look like Michael. For some reason, his face was all scrunched up like a ball of putty, and there were drops of clear liquid dripping from his eyes. And he started shouting something incomprehensible, and then Mommy started shouting something even more incomprehensible back.
As the following is spoken, Shadow pries Michael from Parent 1's arms and tosses him over his shoulder. He processionally takes Michael away, and Parent 1 screams, but literally no sound comes out. Shadow re-enters and places Parent 1's hands over her mouth. Next, Parent 2 enters, silently screaming, and Shadow places her hands over her mouth too, like Parent 1. Comfort.
And this ping-pong game of absurdities lasted until 2 men in these darker-looking uniforms rushed in with this long table-looking thing. They set it on the ground. Then they set Michael on the ground. And with one big takeoff, up they went into the sky. And my friend left me.
Shadow walks up to Timothy, hands by his side.
My friend left me.
My friend left me.
I didn't get to say goodbye. That's not fair. That's not fair, right? You're supposed to say goodbye, or at least get the chance to say goodbye. Friends aren't supposed to be like that. That's not what friends do.
Shadow stands behind Timothy and covers his mouth with his hands. Lights out. Part 3, Celestia. Lights up on, sometime later, enough time to still remember. Timothy is under the sea of stars from part 1, Sky, still lacking one star. Timothy, who is wearing pajamas, is huddled with his parents. Shadow is here too, but isn't necessarily a part of the conversation. Maybe Shadow is standing behind Timothy and his family, observing.
Anyone else cold?
It's a little chilly, I guess.
It's what we get for standing outside in October in Maine.
It's so pretty.
What?
The stars. I know there aren't a lot of them, but just the fact that I can look up and see them every night is a little bit of encouragement, hope. It's something, and something is all I think I need to remember him. I'm alone.
Timothy is clearly upset. Parent 1 goes over to him and brushes her fingers through his hair like a lullaby.
Oh, baby, it's okay. Come here.
Sometimes I wonder, why are there so many stars? It's so much light.
It's also a lot of darkness. When I was your age, I used to go outside to the barn and sit by the oak tree. I'd pack some apple juice boxes and crackers and stay there, looking up at the sky under the tree until the light of the stars was done shining on me. I guess when you're older, you forget to look up sometimes.
Shadow moves aside as Michael enters and places a new, brighter star in the sky. Timothy suddenly becomes hyper-aware and points upwards.
Mommy, look, there's a new star in the sky. It's so bright.
It's so beautiful.
Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Mommy, can I name it, please?
Parent 1 and Parent 2 look at each other and give Timothy a nod.
I think I'll name it Mikey.
It's so nice to see you, Mikey.
Parent 1 and Parent 2 begin to walk away. They stop for a shared moment of solace as they turn and watch Timothy alone with the stars and Shadow.
Michael, I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Don't be late.
He smiles with the star and then runs to meet his parents. They embrace him.
Let's go inside. Food should be about ready now.
Okay. Hey, after dinner, can we do a puzzle?
Sure.
A big one?
You got it.
Timothy begins to head inside with his parents, but stops for a brief moment. Shadow sees Timothy and pursues him.
Hello?
Hi.
I have a question.
Okay. Go.
Do you want to be friends?
What?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Friends. Yeah, yes. I would love a friend. I'm just so...
Lonely. I know. So am I.
If you're alone and I'm alone, then I guess we're together.
I think so.
Hesitantly, Timothy holds Shadow's hand, acceptance. They stay like this for a moment, and then Shadow vanishes.
Good night, Mikey.
Lights dim, except all of the stars remain lit for a second before each staggering off. Michael's remains lit, and Timothy gasps in amazement. After a brief moment, Michael's star flickers by itself before expanding to an overwhelming abundance of radiance. Lights out. End of play. Alone Together by Liliana Gomez. Scene 1, Spring.
Hello. Wait, no, that was him. Hello. Welcome to my digital video diary in which I record my digital thoughts and physical thoughts, you know, just thoughts, digital and physical and otherwise. Yeah, okay, okay, whatever. Hi, my name is Hazel Mavey. I'm 15 years old and I live in good old Nashville, Tennessee, y'all. Yeah, I just moved here from Anaheim. Honestly, a tornado and a pandemic 2 weeks after moving in. Not great, but that's besides the point. I wanted to make this video diary to kind of give a glimpse into what's going on in my life right now. I know a lot of people are doing this, but you know, what's one more person, right? And also, I mean, I have something other people don't. While the general public is off in their self-quarantine alone, I've got not only my mom, my dog, but also a couple of friends, 2 of them at the moment. We share this body, but not our brains, because of this thing called dissociative identity disorder. I don't want to get all sciencey about it, but it's just that me and 2 other people in my head seem like one person, but are actually not the same at all. And see, I act different from Alice, Alice acts different from Blake, and Blake acts way different than both of us. We're all seeing different things in this really weird time right now, but we're getting through it in our own ways, and it's all gonna be okay. At least that's what Alice says. But right now, Hazel, have been doing a lot of reading and drawing and stuff, and it's been awesome.
They pick up a stack of books and sketchbooks.
Like, really awesome. I think I've read more in the past 2 weeks than I did all of last year, which is kind of sad. Anyways, yeah, I think my mom is coming home soon, so I should finish this up. But I just want to get started. I don't know who's going to talk tomorrow, or even if I can be able to convince them to talk on camera, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Well, here's Hazel signing off.
They wave a goodbye. Lights shift, and Alice enters. The 2 look at each other, nervous, but taking comfort in each other's presence. Hazel exits. Scene 2, Summer. Alice opens a notebook and begins writing.
Hello! So I know that Hazel is doing that whole video diary thing, but, I don't know, not really my style. I mean, if you think about it, even if I did take a video of myself, it's not like you'd see the real me, you know? Okay, well, anyways, hi, I'm Alice. I'm one of the others, as Hazel calls us, which is kind of rude to me. I mean, like, you're an other too, aren't you? Like, what are we other than? Okay, whatever. But, yeah, I am one of those head people. The imaginary friends, but in 11th grade. Yeah, it sucks. I hate it. I hate being basically someone else, but also, like, trying to be myself, but also technically not anyone at all if you, like, look at it like...
She winces, pulling her hand away from the page and shaking or holding it. She sticks the pen in her book, closes it, sits down, opens it again, and resumes writing.
Anyway, long story short, I am here to write about myself so Hazel can get to know me better, considering we aren't really at the point of talking really well in our head yet. It's kind of exhausting writing everything I want to say to her instead of, being able to say it, but it could be worse. I really do like writing. Writing's fun. I also like playing piano and knitting and reading and I love doing makeup. It's just like, it's so relaxing, like putting the powders and stuff on and watching it all come together little by little. Hazel doesn't really like it really, which I get. Not everyone's style, especially the really like out there stuff I like to wear. But like, it's nice when I'm out front controlling the body and stuff and I can wear and do and say whatever I want. I mean, it's not actually whatever I want. We set boundaries. Actually, that's kind of the point of this whole thing, this journal and trying to talk to each other and whatnot. It's also that we can make rules for the body as a whole. The system, as they call it. For example, I have a crush on this one guy, Elliot. Oh my god, he's so sweet and smart and like has really pretty blonde hair and just all of it. And okay, so like the body, the system has been friends with him for years. I mean, like literally as long as I can remember. But as time goes on and I'm starting to actually become my own person, like he's starting to feel like not just another guy, I guess. I sound like I'm 12 years old. Point is, I really like him a lot. Problem is, I'm the only one in the system that likes him like that. Everyone else is either older or younger or into girls, and it's really annoying. Because, like, of course I want to date him. Like, that's, like, such a dream, but it's not like I can just ask him out or anything, like, without making Hazel uncomfortable, or like, telling him about the system. Like, God, I hate this. I can't talk to anyone about it. The most support I really have is everyone inside the system, which is nice enough, but, like, I want to be my own person. Like, I want my own friends and my own problems, and I don't like this stupid blind body.
She yanks off her glasses, the same ones Hazel wears, and looks like she's about to throw them, but settles on putting them on the ground.
I'm sorry. This is mean. I know I have every right to be upset. I know all of this. But being upset never changes anything. My therapist says the goal with therapy for the system is to become one person. Integration. And I'd love to be one normal person. Like, don't get me wrong, but I can't help but want to be myself too. Like, I want to know what it's like to ask out Elliot and make my own friend group and all of that without the approval of like 3 other people and the tedious writing and journals and making video diaries and whatever. I'm just tired. I guess I'll end this here. But I will talk to you about this, Hazel. This is important to me. Please listen.
She closes the book and grabs the glasses, staring painfully at them before exiting the scene. Scene 3, fall. Alice and Hazel sit down together or lay on the bed or something. Hazel is on their phone, texting and laughing while Alice draws or knits something creative. Hazel laughs at something on their phone, then sits up and turns to Alice.
Oh, did I show you Elliot's new girlfriend yet?
Hazel continues talking while Alice looks at the picture on their phone.
She's so sweet and adorable and seriously perfect for him.
She just looks like me, but prettier.
Hazel takes their phone back, distraught.
Look, I know this is probably still sensitive for you, but we're his friends. We should be able to talk about him at some point without everything turning into some competition or something. You've never even met this girl. Besides, you're beautiful. No way is she prettier than you.
Well, it's not like anyone would ever get to see what I really look like.
Hazel attempts to get her to look at them again, placing a hand on her shoulder gently. She shrugs away and stands up, starting to pace around.
I hate this. I'll never be able to look in the mirror and see my smile or the details of my eyes. I can't play with my hair when I'm bored or know what life is like without glasses. Can you imagine that?
Alice.
No, you can't. How could you? You make every single decision as if you're the only one of us. I mean, it's like you're pretending we don't even exist. Well, guess what? We do. You're stuck with us and you always will be. Whether or not we want to be here, so at least try acting like you care. At least try letting me wear clothes I like, or let me go out on a date with a guy, just one. I hate looking how we look and doing things that we do, but I suck it up. Yet all of us have to change our lives around you the moment you're even slightly uncomfortable.
Hazel contemplates more while Alice sits on the floor, tired and upset.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best, but I know it's not enough. And you have every right to be upset. I understand. And I really do want to be better at this. It's just that's so hard, dealing with school and drama and my parents and a pandemic, all the things normal kids deal with, but also wondering, should I tell my friends about us? Should I tell my parents? Who can I trust and who needs to know and who can go without it? And yeah, part of me wants to pretend you all don't exist, because we already work together to pretend that we're all one person. So maybe I'm just making it all up, and if I try hard enough, I'll be normal again. But you're right. It isn't fair, and it's not an excuse, and I'm so sorry.
As Hazel was talking, Alice got up and walked over to them. Now she's the one with her hand on their shoulder.
You don't have to forgive me. I'm not expecting you to. But I was wondering if you'd like to help me send a message to Elliot about us.
Hazel finally looks at Alice, and she abruptly hugs them, shocked and overjoyed.
So that means yes?
Of course it does.
Scene 4, Winter. Hazel and Alice sit in front of their phone. Alice types. Hazel looks over her shoulder, not intently, but just seeing what she's doing. Elliot is on the other side of the stage, playing a video game. Alice and Hazel murmur to each other. Alice taps the phone one more time and looks worriedly at it, while Elliot's own phone buzzes and he pauses his game to look at it.
Hi. So, there isn't an easy way to say this, but I love you and trust you with my life pretty much, so here goes. There's this thing called dissociative identity disorder. It used to be called multiple personality disorder. Maybe you've heard of it, I don't know, but I wanted to let you know that I have it. I'm sure you get how it works, but basically the person talking to you right now isn't Hazel. It's one of the other people who shares the same body as Hazel. My name is Alice. It's nice to officially meet you.
Elliot looks at the phone for a beat after Alice has finished talking, then writes up his own reply.
Hi. I'm not really sure how to react to this. You get it, right? I mean, I've known you for like a million years. I feel like I would have noticed when you go from person to person in your head, right? I don't know, maybe I'm in denial. I guess, like... Why didn't you tell me earlier? How do I know this is real? How do you know this is real? You get why I'm so reluctant to believe you, right?
Hazel picks up the phone as Alice sinks to the floor and curls up. Blake enters now, standing behind Hazel and Alice, but not saying or doing anything yet.
No, not really. This isn't like you. What happened to all those times we promised to be there for each other? I know we're states apart now, but the distance shouldn't change a thing, especially not now. What is it that you don't get?
This isn't a real thing. You're making it up. I just know it. I can't believe I didn't realize you could have gone crazy and killed someone and I wouldn't have even known why. You need to be in therapy or like a psych ward or something.
Hazel is about to type a reply, but Blake steps forward and takes the phone. Alice sinks into the background.
You know me. Better than anyone, actually. If I were supposed to be locked away somewhere, you would know it, except I'm not supposed to. I'm still the same person I ever was. If anything, you should be able to understand me better, but I get it. Maybe you've changed since the last time I saw you. But I haven't. That's for sure.
I think we just need some time apart. You should be alone with each other for a while before I get involved. So just don't talk to me until some time has passed, okay?
Elliot exits, leaving Blake alone on stage. He puts away the phone and remains on his side of the stage, leaving Elliot's side distinctly empty. An uncomfortable moment passes. Then Hazel walks up to him.
What did he say?
More of the same. He asked us not to talk to him again for a bit. Should we tell Alice?
She's unreachable. I think we'll have to go back to journals and video diaries for a while.
Well, at least I can still talk to you.
The two share a somber smile.
That's all we need, huh? Just each other.
Yeah. Feel like playing some Minecraft tonight?
You know it. We have an Ender Dragon to beat.
They both exit. End of play. Turn of the Tables by Caroline Luttrull.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my very own play. Each character, line, step, glance, coming from my very own mind. Prepare yourself for a drama full of comedy, twists, and of course, a little murder.
Fade in on a fancy courtyard. Enter Marjorie and Francesca.
Marjorie, I have no need for marriage. Why might I find a figure of love when I have a life of love?
You do not know it like I. He whisks me to fantasies unimaginable as the wind whisks the leaves on the cool autumn eve. Some say his eyes are stars, yet I think of them as suns.
And love for you and your happiness is overwhelming, but you lack to understand. I wish for no Edward as you. You shall marry him. I am devoted to the beams of light through the forest leaves, the wind escaping through my window. We both love in abundance, just in different forms. How can one fathom nights lacking dreams, stories with unknown endings? What is life without living?
I suppose I understand. Just all my life I have wanted an Edward, Francesca. I can't comprehend life without it. Francesca, you think too much. There are thoughts not meant to be thought. When thinking too much, you are left with little. And why don't you want a person, a love, to keep your side warm? Edward and myself need each other.
That is just it. You found a person full of life, making you alive. I found the same thing, life itself. Does one ask too much for a blissful life, or too little?
Edward enters.
I've better be going now. My life awaits.
Francesca crosses in a bit of a rush.
Rather you forced to wander.
The difference?
Francesca exits.
Why, hello there. I crossed oceans finding you among this palace. I thought I had lost you. A shivering thought.
Quite sad.
They kiss greetingly. Marjorie crosses stage to hall.
Leaving so soon?
Yes, I feel the need to lie down. Your antics tire me.
Marjorie exits. Lights fade out. Leonard center stage. Edward enters stage left.
What's up, Edward?
Really? What's up?
I'm just sticking to the script.
I thought this was the Renaissance period.
I don't know, just go along with it.
Okay, fine. Why are you here at the horses' stables? Don't you have ladies to court in the village?
Quite. However, I find the barn animals far more appealing.
I do not know how you so easily get along with both, Leonardo. Wait, I thought your name was Leonard.
Me too. I suppose it's just a typo. Just continue.
Edward exits.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I believe that was supposed to be a stage direction.
Yeah, but that's what I say.
Just follow me off stage.
Both walk off slowly, exit and fade out. Fade in. Francesca slowly saunters through the forest. Marjorie appears behind a tree.
Thought I might find you here.
What are you doing here, Marjorie?
I don't know. Edward seems off.
Like a light switch.
Yes. Wait, light switches don't exist.
I know, this doesn't make any sense. And it says here on the title page that I die of the plague?
Francesca, you just spoiled a major plot twist.
It's fine. I die early anyways. Let's just start from the top.
Fade in. Francesca slowly saunters through the forest. Marjorie appears behind a tree.
I thought I might find you here.
What are you doing here, Marjorie?
I don't know. Edward seems off.
Like a light switch.
You can't say that. Remember last time?
But that's what it says. I can't change it. I'm just a character.
Let's just move on to the next scene.
Fine with me.
Both exit. Fade out. Edward, center stage, fade in.
Marjorie, Marjorie, our love was as dead as the dandelions on a cold winter night. All must come to an end. I feel no glory in victory, knowing I must strike first. But one must, and I choose the knife in my hand instead of the knife in my back.
Marjorie, enter.
Edward, darling, why art thou here?
Marjorie, you say your love for me is never ending. That may be, but your life is about to end.
Edward raises the knife, about to strike, and freezes.
Wait, stop. What in the bloody hell are you doing?
Killing you. I think we have some sort of twisted love backstory, but explain later. Didn't you read your script?
I skimmed it. but you can't actually kill me.
I'm just doing my job. Let's take it from the top.
Marjorie exits. Edward, center stage, fade in.
Marjorie, Marjorie, our love was as dead as the dandelions on a cold winter night. All must come to an end. All must come to an end. Marjorie, you gotta come out.
You can't kill me if I'm backstage.
You know, both of us don't want to do this, but we don't have a choice.
Well, then why not? We have our scripts. Get a quill.
I think we need to talk to Leonard and Francesca.
Both exit. Fade out.
Why am I here? My entrance is not for another page.
And she should be dead by now.
I know, but why? Why do I just have to die? Edward doesn't want to kill me. I don't want to die. And I'm sure the plague doesn't want to kill you, Francesca.
What if we did a little rewrite?
What do you mean? Like change my name? Because Leonardo just feels right.
Well, sure, that too, but I'm talking about the entire plot. I don't kill Marjorie. Doctors find a vaccine for the plague. All of it.
I'm thinking a little differently.
How?
This writer is a murderer, stabs Marjorie, but worse, makes Edward do it, gets me off with the plague, and gives Leonard the name Leonard. This is wrong. This is cold-blooded murder, and murder is punishable by...
A little rewrite.
All exit. Fade out.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this play. Each character, line, step, glance, coming from my very own characters. Prepare yourself for a drama full of comedy, twists, and, of course, a little murder.
Fade in. Enter Francesca and Marjorie.
Marjorie, I have no need for marriage. Why might I find a figure of love when I have a life of love?
You do not know it like I. He whisks me to fantasies unimaginable, as the wind whisks the leaves on the cool autumn eve. Some say his eyes are like stars. Well, I think of them as suns.
And love for you and your happiness is overwhelming, but you lack to understand. I wish for no Edward as you. You shall marry him. I am devoted to the beams of light through the forest leaves, the wind escaping through my window. We both love in abundance, just in different forms.
I suppose I understand. Just all my life I have wanted an Edward, Francesca. I can't comprehend life without it, Francesca. You think too much. There are thoughts not meant to be thought. When thinking too much, you are left with little. And why don't you want a person, a love, to keep your side warm? Edward and myself need each other.
That is just it. You found a person full of life, making you alive. I found the same thing, life itself. Does one ask for too much for a blissful life, or too little?
Edward enters.
I've better be going now. My life awaits.
Francesca crosses in a bit of a rush.
Rather you forced to wander.
The difference?
Leonardo enters.
Good morning, everyone. I see you are enjoying yourselves.
Almost definitely.
I think we need a little narration.
The narrator finds guilt in their own play, killing the characters, forcing them to do it for the narrator.
Anyone hear that?
Probably just the wind.
The narrator couldn't help it. The knife just looked so sharp, so delicate.
Did you know they found a vaccine for the Black Death? Who knew? Raw bat.
The narrator spun the knife's point on the edge of their finger.
How delightful.
The narrator slowly brought the blade towards their chest, nearer and nearer.
Edward, darling, I am madly in love with you.
They brought the knife straight against the heart of the jest, gripping the handle.
This love of life for all of you is just absurdly too joyful.
This was right. The narrator plunged the knife into their chest. Blood seeped from the gaping hole, splattering onto their script in front of them.
The narrator dies.
I do love a happy ending.
End of play.